gets the cold hard truth. Everyone really want to know what's going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there is a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way the things will really go with Sandra. And some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but someday we'll realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend with Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra.
Good morning, K-Man. How is everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. I almost said Monday, but I know better, because Shamari is here bearing gifts. It's like Santa is in the house. Let's go ahead and welcome Shamari. Get ready to win some prizes, honey child. Good morning, Shamari. How are you?
Good morning, Sandy. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So good to see you. Any good news for me today?
Yeah. Oh, we got good news and bad news.
Oh, okay.
So, so the
Yeah.
good news is that, the Dolphins finally lost, right?
Okay. All right.
And then the bad news is we lost. But the good news is we lost, so we're no longer in playoff contention. We're officially eliminated. So
Okay.
persons could see towards the tail end of the game, I'm sure, with the play calling that, we've kind of
Mhm.
thrown in our gloves, and we're not purposely losing, but
Mhm.
taking it a little bit easier than we probably should, because now we can go ahead and lose the rest of the game so we can get a better draft pick. And when the new GM comes in, we can start that rebuild. So we're one
Yeah.
step closer to becoming great again based on the loss. So
I like your
all good.
optimism. Yeah, I like your
Yeah.
optimism. Now
Well,
explain.
we wanted the GM gone. We kind of
Yeah.
want the head coach gone as well. So we got to wait to see if that's going to happen.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it's a rebuild. It's a rebuild. You can't eat.
Okay.
If you continue to be mediocre, then you'll never become good. So you kind of have to gut the team, get some draft
Mhm.
picks, build with young talent, make some good moves with a good GM, and then I'm sure we will be back on top. So
Mm.
even though we lost, the
Mhm.
Grinch did not steal our Christmas. It's one day closer to our rebuild to becoming great again.
All right. So let me ask you one question though. I've got a question for
Yes.
you.
Mhm.
Um, when you say that your draft picks, you get a better draft pick, what does that mean? Because you're like
Okay,
the worst
so
team, you get better options?
in order to cause to make for better parity within the league, every
Hmm.
year the top players come out of college, right? That go into the draft.
Okay. Yes.
So you have all the best players, they go into a draft,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have projections one through however many, because there are different rounds.
Okay.
And typically the worst team gets
Uh-huh.
the number one draft pick.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
So
giving the worst
for
team the advantage, basically.
correct. So for instance, I'll just give you an example that you would probably understand. So Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq,
Mm-hmm.
coming out of college, people knew he was going to
Mm-hmm.
be a bona fide Hall of Famer. You had never seen a player like him. So teams
Mm-hmm.
started losing in the hopes that they would get the number one draft pick because once you get a Shaquille
No.
O'Neal, it changes the entire trajectory of your organization. Now, basketball's a little bit different because you have five players on the court at one time. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have one really, really good player, that can really change the trajectory. Now, in the NFL, it's a little bit different because you have 11 players on offense, 11 players on defense, 11 players on special teams. So you
Mm-hmm.
kind of need a lot of players to actually turn it around. So in the NBA, what they do is they actually give you a higher probability of getting the draft pick because what teams started doing was actually losing, so they knew exactly where they would fall.
So they could get that
So, for
advantage.
instance,
Yeah.
what they do is they call it the lottery, where if I'm the worst team, I have
Uh-huh.
about a 70% chance of getting the number one pick. And then they have 70 balls in a machine, right?
Uh-huh.
And the second team has like a 15% chance. They have 15 balls. And the balls turn, and then the ball that comes out tells you which draft pick you're going to get. So the NBA is a little bit different where
Mm.
it's by probability you'll get it, but it isn't a guaranteed, right? Whereas in the NFL, it's a guarantee. You're the worst team, you get the number one pick. Now,
Wow.
what happens is if there's a very good player that you see that you want, sometimes you trade your draft picks for that player. So my draft pick for next year and the year
Mhm.
after, I may trade to a team to get a good player now, right? So sometimes you trade away your draft picks. So typically where
Mm.
the Dolphins are, if you have players that are really good on the contract, trade them away, get draft picks, stock up so that you can get better players in the draft and build from a young base moving forward. Because the younger players have less guaranteed contracts, have a lower threshold in regards to how much you need to pay them so you can build your team with draft picks and then save some spots for some more mature players that you pay more money for. So anyway,
Mm.
the worse you
Interesting.
play now, the better draft pick you get. And then we
Yeah.
can trade some players and get some draft picks so that we can build from the draft next year and the year after moving forward. So
Hmm. Well, thank you for that. That's a really good explanation. I had no idea that there was that sort of advantage for losing. Hmm.
well, right. And this is why
Yeah.
you need a good GM that
Yeah.
actually makes good moves and actually has a good scouting team and understands the coaching personnel and the types of players they need so you draft appropriately for your team because every team
Yeah.
has different needs, right? Now, if you don't draft appropriately and you spend your money frivolously and give it away to players who don't turn out to be that good, then
Hmm.
that's how you end up where the Dolphins are.
Oh wow.
So,
Mm-hmm. It's all about the team. The
and
team makes it happen.
there's a whole science behind it, right?
Really.
And yeah, and there's a business. Obviously, there's the business side, whether or not you draft a player that's popular versus that will sell a lot of jerseys and put bums in seats versus drafting
Mhm.
maybe a player that isn't well known but is better suited to your team. And then through winning, you put bums in seats and sell jerseys. So it's just
Mhm.
different,
Strategy,
mindsets
strategy.
and methodology and strategies in how you go
Yeah.
about doing it. Yeah.
Well, Diverse Romance is here for it. Says, well, it seems like the 49ers don't know that. My favorite team of all time. Oh my goodness.
49ers
But aren't they doing well?
have good GM. Yeah, they have a good GM. They have a good GM.
Yeah. Now
They have a
tell
good
me
GM, and
something.
they've done pretty well. They haven't won in a long time, but they've been they've been on the cusp for a long time. So I don't know which is worse. Um, Knowing your team is horrible and not winning, or almost getting there a few times. But anyway, um,
Yeah.
depends on
So,
which fan you speak to.
right. So we know that you're a big Super Bowl fan. And what happens the years when your team has a really bad year? Will the party continue? Will the Super Bowl party still happen?
Well, if that was the case, then we would never have a Super Bowl. For the Dolphins,
They've never been to Super Bowl.
they haven't been to a Super Bowl. They've been to a Super Bowl in my lifetime. They haven't been in a Super Bowl since I was legally able to go somewhere and be somewhere
Oh,
without an adult. Put it that way.
whoa, that sucks.
So
Oh,
I've
yeah.
watched them in a Super Bowl, but I would have been, sitting on people's laps
Oh
watching the
my
game.
God.
Yeah.
That is pretty sad. Wow. Okay. Well, so yep. So the party continues is what he just said.
Party
All
always
right.
continues.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah. Diverse said exactly. Haven't won in all time. Kaboom. Sia says this is why the Miami Dolphins suck. The Dolphins are just cursed. Oh my goodness. No.
They're not
They'll get
cursed.
there.
They're not
I mean,
cursed.
there are a lot of teams. So I mean, somebody's got to lose, and some worse than others. So you can't have all winners, right?
Correct. No worry. We're new GM. We'll figure it out. We'll probably keep the coach for one more year, if we don't get rid of him, and some good draft picks, and we'll be good. We'll be good. Some
Yeah.
good tax benefits in Miami, so we'll get some to you.
Right. All right. So, folks, don't forget you can join us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, CMRTV.com. So thank you guys so much for supporting all of the independent content creators on CMR TV. It's been an amazing journey for them so far. They're very, very excited. And don't forget, if you're a local company or organization that would like to support some of these content creators, by all means, step up to the plate. They're doing it out of love of what they do, but everybody's got bills to pay. So you can certainly, support them by advertising on their shows. They're literally getting thousands and thousands of views. And maybe it's a particular topic that you're really passionate about. For example, we have some that are doing like art. So if an art enthusiast, you're a NPO that supports artists, and this program is interviewing artists, showing young kids and adults how to engage in artwork. Then reach out and we can give you the information for the content creators. And by the way, in support of all of the content creators, CMR, just as an FYI, we don't take anything out of what they make. We give them that to be their own sponsorship. So really appreciate those who've stepped up so far, stepped up to the plate, and it gets your message out there to a much wider portion of our community. And I don't know, have you been catching any of the shows, Shamari? There's some really fantastic shows on. Saturday's kind of like for kids and adults too, but we've got like the Art Beat, for example, with Elizabeth, which is really good. Like she shows you how to do all sorts of neurodivergent art and all sorts of really cool stuff. And she interviews a lot of artists as well.
Oh, amazing. I definitely need to tune in. I've been busy, been traveling. I'm back now, so going into next week, slowing down a little bit, so I'll definitely catch up on some previous shows.
Yeah.
Has throwing down with Chef Brown happened as yet? Because that was the one that I definitely was waiting for.
Yes, we've got our Cayman beef episode that I think is going to be dropping just in time for Christmas.
Okay.
Yes, so Chef Brown is coming
That
along.
Christmas beef. Okay, good.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to know how to make that perfectly for Christmas. All right, so good morning to everyone joining us. Marshall, Siobhan, Abby, Sia, over 140 people already online. Strong Wilt is here for it, plain and straight. CC McLaughlin, Barbara G. We got lots to talk about. I was off island yesterday, and I know it kind of confused some of you just a little bit. Because a lot of times I don't announce if it's just a little one-day trip. I don't announce it until like that morning. that I'm not there. So some of you are like, where are you gone? Where are you gone? And so I was celebrating with Cayman Airways. And of course, Shamari, with his tourism background, will no doubt appreciate this. Cayman Airways actually celebrated their 40th anniversary yesterday for nonstop flights to Tampa. And so I remember that because I was all of 12 years old at the time. And I was living in Tampa since I was 9. And so that was like a big deal for Cayman Airways, because of course, before then, Shamar, you might be a little bit too young to remember this. But back in those days, nobody knew where the Cayman Islands was. Like you had to be in a particular category to really know the Cayman Islands. When I would say, oh, I'm from there, like, where are you from? They heard a little accent. Oh, where are you from? I would say the Cayman Islands. They're like, oh, is that Jamaica?
Jamaica?
Is that Bahamas? Is that Cuba? I'm like, those are not the only places in the Caribbean. Bahamas is not even in the Caribbean, but I'm like, come on, no, don't you know the Cayman Islands? They're like, no, and that was when we didn't even show up on a map.
Yep.
Yeah, and now we got people vying to come here from halfway around the world.
I went to college in D-Land, Florida, so
yes,
there were quite a few people that would get the same. That's why I said Jamaica. That's why I said Jamaica, because they were always like, "Where are you from?" Cayman Islands. Oh, Jamaica. I was like, no, not Jamaica.
But you know what? Thanks to that flight, you guys were able to go to places, and all of a sudden, by the time I got to USF, there were people coming. Like University of Tampa was really, really popular. Some were starting to come out, diverge into like Hillsborough Community College, USF. And so that direct connection to Tampa has really opened up so many opportunities for Caymanians to go study abroad, as well as, live in Tampa easily, back and forth. And so check it out a bit later on, folks. We're going to have exclusive interviews. They did a whole little ceremony yesterday. We'll have all those details. But we're here for another Medical Rundown Tuesday to give away stuff. So although Shamari is wearing his Grinch hat, he's actually going to be really nice to us today. And he's got some surprises and gift certificates and giveaways. So he's got his blinking Christmas tree necklace pendant. Yep, that's flashing. And then he's got his Grinch hat on. And we do have some videos and stuff that we're also going to be watching this morning. Oh, the Grinch mug as well to match. Do you have a special section in the kitchen with all of your mugs?
So guess what, right? My wife, when we were away and I was going away for the award, when she sneaked off to go do what she was doing, I went to the trolley, and she hates the fact that I get mugs and socks. And she was like, "Oh, finally, no mugs and no socks." So I just paid for that one round and then packed it in the bag. So she didn't even know that I got the Grinch hat. I got the Grinch socks, which are here. So
somebody just said that is actually they let your secret out of the bag. That's actually an air freshener around your neck. Is that true?
Yeah. It is a Christmas tree.
Oh my gosh. I guess they say it looks like an air freshener. I don't know what's going on there. All right, we got Ryan joining us.
Green on today.
Ryan is joining us from Virginia. I'm guessing that's what VA stands for this morning. Abby says, I love the Grinch mug. You see, I suspect that that his wife tolerates him. It's kind of like me and Marlon. He messaged me the other day. Don't buy another kitchen, any gadget, anything, because I'm going to throw them all out. Oh, bless his little heart.
So I'm keeping this one because I got this one as well.
Oh,
I'm keeping this one in the office because the wife was not pleased. I thought it was Santa Claus. She's like, no, that's the abominable snowman that you got for Christmas. I'm like, oh, even better, right? So, I'll keep that one in the office, and this one is definitely going home.
Yeah. Just in case she's tempted to do a clean out one day when you're not home. I got you.
So I'll give you a quick story, Sandy, before we start. So absolutely. You're talking about Cayman Airways, and obviously it's impact. And a lot of people, from time to time, they look at the budget and they're like, oh, Cayman Airways losing money. There was actually
Mm-hmm.
an actual report that showed the economic impact of Cayman Airways. So what we used to do from a
Mm-hmm.
Department of Tourism perspective, whereas other countries would pay American Airlines, whomever, to fly in.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're paying them to fly in and you're giving them revenue guarantees, then they aren't as incentivized to do what they need to do on their end from a marketing perspective to fill those seats. Because guess what? The government's going to
Mm-hmm.
fill the last 30%, 40%, 50%. And you
Yeah.
know how it goes. Once you start paying people, you can never get out of that business.
Yep.
Cayman Airways has given the Cayman Islands the strategic advantage that when we see a market that we're getting a lot of visitors from and we don't have direct service and we know there is a large area of demand that's untapped, we can
Mm-hmm.
land Cayman Airways there. And over the first 2 years, which it usually takes to more or less let a route take footing. You may have some losses in those first 2 years, but after that, it's smooth sailing. Cayman
Mm-hmm.
Airways goes strategically gets those cities off the ground, and then an American or a Delta or a United sees that it's doing well and then jumps on the route. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
The Cayman Islands benefits. But even in the interim, the economic
Mm-hmm.
impact of every visitor that we've brought additional to what we would have gotten far outweighs the cost of what we're paying for that strategic airline. Because remember, we've only ever had about 3 to 4 planes. So you can't
Mm-hmm.
fly to all these destinations. And when you look at all the cities we have direct airlift from,
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, guess who flew there first? Cayman Airways. New
Wow.
York, guess who flew there first?
Yeah.
Cayman Airways. United out of
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, guess who flew there first? Cayman Airways. American out of Dallas, guess who flew there first? Cayman Airways. So it was always strategic that Cayman Airways would fly in these areas from a tourism perspective that then carriers jump on it. And guess what? We're not paying them, they're paying us to
Right.
land. And now we have airlift from all these cities and which was what was the trigger point that caused all these cities to become direct
Mm-hmm.
airlift into the Cayman Islands, Cayman Airways, and just to state when I was auditioning to become a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, Dr. Martin Luther King's fraternity,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
there were some big brothers that would ask, they're like, "Oh, we love the Cayman Islands. Can you sing
Yeah.
your national anthem?" And there were a few of us from the Cayman Islands that we were singing the national anthem. And they're like,
Uh-huh.
"No, no, no, no. That's not the national
Oh
anthem.
no.
Sing the national anthem." We're like, "What are you talking about? That's the national." They're like, "No, no, no, no. The Cayman Islands,
Yes.
those who love us, fly us." They're like, "That's your national anthem." So Cayman
Yeah.
Airways did such an impactful job that back in the day, those who
Yep.
know that was the song.
Mm-hmm.
And people thought that was our national anthem, and they wanted to hear us sing it, and we actually would sing it as well. So, as
Yeah.
you can tell, there's a special place in my heart for a national air carrier, Cayman Airways, and they've done great things, and it's great that you were able to go and celebrate Tampa
Yes.
with them. And when I was in school, not to say that I'm telling them they need to do this again,
Mm-hmm.
um, the land was close to Daytona and Orlando. We
Mm-hmm.
had direct flights into Orlando back then. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to fly into Orlando on the Turtle,
Okay.
and it was a short drive over to D-Land. During my college years, that flight went away, so we would then have to do the Tampa trek and a little bit further drive, but still enjoyable. So anyway,
Hmm.
today
Interesting.
is about
Interesting. Yeah, and I
Christmas
I
and is
do.
about
Yep.
hearts and giving. And we definitely are going to be giving away quite a bit. Dr. Benoit was supposed to join us today, but in
Yes.
the process of giving, he is giving by surgeries, so he's
Mm-hmm.
not able to join us. But we are keeping the program today. Just to briefly touch on the fact that obviously
Mm-hmm.
we have pediatric cardiology and cardiac surgery, as well as adult cardiac surgery. So everything heart related, we're able to do at Health
Mm-hmm.
City. And we have patients from all over the world that travel to us, both
Mm-hmm.
pediatric as well as adults that travel to us to avail themselves of our world-renowned surgeons. So, we'll briefly touch on that, and we have two videos, but then we'll also from the heart give our giveaways. We have 5 executive health checks that we're going to be giving away, as well as we have 5 of our swag bags. So it's the Thule
Nice.
swag bag that we have. That we also have inside some little giveaways, and you have your little magnetic stick-on popper for your phones that
Oh
are
yeah.
Health City. We have a pen, and then also inside the bag you have all of the areas you can put your pencils, I guess your
Nice.
iPad or whatever else you would want to put in here, maybe some money, I don't know. And you have your
Uh-huh.
nice little swag bag. That's a Health City Thule swag bag, which everybody knows Thule is a top brand.
Mhm.
So definitely a VIP gift. So we have 5 of these that you'll see behind
Okay.
me, as well as
Nice.
the 5 executive health checks. So
Beautiful.
make sure you have your Google fingers ready, as well as listen to the program so that some
Now,
of the questions you will be able to answer.
yeah, I don't even have the questions, so I couldn't tip
I have the
anybody off.
questions. So, but you can't guess, Sandy. You're not allowed. You're not allowed.
I know, but I don't even know the questions. So today, you better be ready for sure. But Lavana says, thank you, Shamari. Some real memories there. And it's so funny when you mentioned the jingle, the commercial, because that they played that heavy in the Tampa Bay area, because that's when people start to know. When they would say, where are you from? And I say the Cayman Islands, they would start singing that song. That's
Yeah,
exactly, they would start singing it.
yeah,
And they still
yeah.
probably didn't know where the Cayman Islands was, but at least they knew the song and they heard of it. They've heard of the Cayman Islands. So yeah, big shout out to Cayman Airways and happy 40th anniversary. And you know who we got to interview and speak with yesterday? Mr. Joe. Remember, he was the first station manager
Yes, yes, yes.
over 40 years ago.
Oh,
Him and his wife
amazing.
were there.
Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a lot of
Very nostalgic.
gigs at the event for sure, both in Tampa, and of course, our Deputy Premier and Minister of Tourism was also there, as well as Minister Jay Ebanks and Deputy Leader of the Deputy. Oh God, hold on.
Deputy
Deputy
Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker. No, Deputy Speaker.
Oh,
Perlina
okay.
Lumsden. She was also there.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So lots of good times. So I've got all
That's
the footage,
amazing.
folks. Yeah. So Miss Darlene, everybody ready with your fingers? Percent, but it's moving kind of slow. So we will proceed with what we have,
No.
and
I
then
went there. Yeah, I went out for a little bit. I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
oh sorry. Yeah. So no, I was just saying that we're looking at a few of the videos having to be converted. So fingers crossed that we can
Oh, okay.
get those done. Yeah. All right. Just a little formatting thing happening in the background. Okay. So let's go with our first question, if you will.
Yeah.
Tell us what the first question is for our listeners.
All right. The first question is, what year was Health City established? What year did Health City open?
This is a good one. So you got to call in, because we can't do it online. I'll tell you why. Unfortunately, it's sometimes you guys see messages in a different order than I do. So to make it fair, the fairest way that we can do it is to have you call in. The telephone number is 936-2626. Super easy. 936-2626. The phone is fully charged. So give us a call. You're going to get yourself a little swag bag there with some little goodies inside of it. So yeah. What year? The question again is, what year?
Did Health City open its doors?
Yes, that's an easy one. On a scale of like 1 to. All right, we got somebody calling us. Good morning, caller. How are you? Hello? Caller, can you hear me?
I can't hear them.
I know, I can't hear them either. Uh-oh. Well, we got somebody calling on the proper line. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Uh-oh, hold on one second. I can hear you, but I think I got to unplug and replug this. Hello? Hi? Nope, still can't hear you. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh, sometimes this happens where we kind of have to restart the iPhone. Oh, boy. Okay, hold on. I hear somebody coming in. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Was it 2014?
That is
2014.
correct.
That is correct.
That is
Ding, ding,
correct.
ding, 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 ding. You are a winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. So let me just see here. I'm going to just send phone numbers along straight away. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Congrats. Merry Christmas when it comes.
Same to you.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got a little tip here from Kifra on what I need to do. I think I'm accessing the wrong videos. That helps. All right. So congratulations. That is our first winner. Very good. All right. So we've got a another question. What are you going to give away this time?
So this time we're going to give away the executive health check. So you will be able to win an executive health check with the second question. And the second question is, can you name 3 specialized medical services provided by Health City Cayman Islands? 3 specialized medical services provided by Health City Cayman Islands.
Okay, 936-2626. They offer a lot, so I feel like
3 is not onerous. You should know.
Yes, at least 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. 3. At least 3. And there's lots of them. So I think you guys can get this. 936-2626. Give us a call. There we go. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oncology.
Okay.
What is it? Prenatal.
No, yes, okay.
Mhm.
The bone, the knee, the oncologist. What do you call it? I'm having surgery for it.
Oh my gosh, you should know
You
what
should
it's
know. You should know.
Orthopedic.
Yeah.
Ah,
Amazing. Yay.
executive health check for you. So after you get your surgery, then you can go in and get the full checkup.
I know.
And Sandy, you're taking down the names and
Yes. This voice I
Okay.
recognize.
Okay.
So I got you, Jim. Which surgery are you having done, by the way? I didn't know you were doing surgery.
I have the torn meniscus.
Oh man, is it in the knee as well?
Well, I'm bone on bone, but they don't want to do the
Ooh.
thankful for right now. But it's the meniscus, which is on the inner part.
Okay.
On the back of the knee, so that's going to happen in January, and I'm
Okay.
not really looking forward to it, but I'm be happy once I can get back up and mobile again.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, good luck with you. Good luck with your surgery. And yeah, this executive health check is amazing. So you'll definitely make good use of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. All right. That's 2 prizes down. More to come. So let's talk a little bit, Shamari, about the orthopedics, because I mean, this is a big one. Lots of people, going to your orthopedic team. It's a whole team of individuals, and they offer all sorts of, whether it's like knee.
I mean, everything you can think
Everything
of, from
that you can think of.
from
Yeah.
ankle to wrist to shoulder. Obviously, just based on the human body and
Yeah.
from a probability perspective and the number of individuals who have ailments, there are a lot of knees. People need hips, the older they get, or if you were a avid sports person, depending on the sport you're in, your hips go out, from running and other things as well. Shoulders. So we have, obviously, you can come in for surgery, or depending on the ailment, we have arthroscopic types of procedures,
Mhm.
minimally invasive. We were speaking about the robot last week and the guided types of orthopedic surgeries that can be done that make the cuts more precise, that actually give you a better outcome. So
Mhm.
we definitely have a full team. We actually are getting even more persons within the orthopedic unit, but we have a full team within orthopedic department that can do the full array. And you've had personal interactions, obviously, with Dr. Naranjan,
Yep.
and can speak to his capabilities. And, we also now have a pediatric team based on the fact that we are, doing maternity, which leads to, for those that need neonatal and otherwise, but we also have a pediatric team from an urgent care perspective, emergency perspective. We're
Mm-hmm.
able to deal with everything. And, it's good to hear that. I think you said his name was Jim, that Jim is going in. So he'll go in, he will have his procedure, and then next year you have a full year that you'll be able to use the executive health check. You can get everything checked from top to bottom, to make sure that he has all of his numbers, and if he needs to do work in certain areas, that he will know exactly what he needs to do as well. So
Mm-hmm.
happy that Jim got the executive health check.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it gives you such good information that you really, really need, especially as you get older. But even if you're a bit younger, you're still in your 30s, get like a baseline one done so that you kind of know where you are with your numbers, because the evidence is there, folks. That even though your numbers might not be like in the danger zone or anything yet, when they start to creep, that creep alone, yes, is what the medical evidence is telling you. That creep alone is an indication that you should start taking corrective action. And I tell you that the physicians at Health City, they really try to get you to do everything within your power, right? It's not surgery first, medication first. It's like, no, okay, you're borderline. Can you lose 10, 15 pounds? Because that's going to bring that A1C number down. Can you start walking more? Can you, start to watch that diet? Go meet with the nutritionist. We've got a whole team of nutritionists, dietitians there at Health City. So they really try their best to get you to do your part and what you can do. And only when absolutely necessary do they say, right, we're going to have to, medically intervene in terms of surgery. With a torn meniscus, it depends on where it is. And I never knew this because I'd had a torn meniscus before, and the advice then was just leave that alone. That'll heal on its own. But certain tears in certain locations, that's why, you need the good x-rays and the good MRI machines and stuff, because certain tears will not heal themselves and they will not repair themselves. They can only be medically dealt with. And, they know with their years of expertise. I mean, going in, Dr. Naranjan told me, he said, given the location of this tear and, how it's looking in the MRI, I suspect that we're going to have to cut that out. It's not one that we can stitch or anything like that. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to leave it in your expert hands. And sure enough, when he went in there and he saw exactly where the tear was located and how it presented itself, he just decided to cut it out. Now, I love that I have the video of that because it is so incredibly interesting to watch. I feel like in another life, I could have been a physician. I could have been a surgeon. So one day, Shamari, I was actually showing it to Gigi, and she was also fascinated. She was, I need to get her to come through your program, where she can walk around and stuff. Because she said to me, you have water in your knee? Because it looks like, and I said, well, there's fluid in there. I said, I don't know if exactly water, but there's definitely fluid in there. And so it's just amazing to like, when you see him doing the cut and looking at, the cartilage and stuff, it's like, whoa, that is so cool. But that speaks to the technology, again, that Health City has available to them. So I know that last week we were talking about, all of the advances in AI, the AI models and systems and stuff that they're actually using that really is like next level amazing when it comes to allowing them to do a much better job. So yeah, kudos to them. All right, folks. So get ready. We got more giveaways. Good morning to Shaka. Thank you, KK. I'm not sure what happened to the radio there, but we're hoping that will kick back in here in a second. And let me just see what else we got here. Orthopedic. That's right. KK was like, yes, I'm going to guess that here. Jim says, I've had the executive health check up a couple years ago. Amazing. I'm overdue. So this is a wonderful Christmas gift from Shamari and Health City. And Lavana can testify that Dr. Naranjan is the best. They have so many really good team members there. There's a newer member of team who is actually dealing with Gianna at this time. because of the fact that, oh, hold on a second. Okay. All right. Just communicating with your team there. Right. So we had, she had a little fall recently and kind of sprained her wrist. We hope nothing's fractured. But remind me of his name. He's the newest member of your team. And he actually runs a 50-bed hospital in India. Yeah.
That's where he came from. Yeah. You're going to put me on the spot.
Oh, gosh. I know. I should know his name. Oh, man. It'll come to me. Hold on. I think I know. Hold on. Let me see. I'll tell you how I'll know his name, because I think I mentioned it to Dr. Benoit. His name is Dr. Devendra.
Devendra. Yeah.
Yes. He is part of the orthopedic team, newest member. Mm-hmm.
And a great surgeon that came from a huge outpost.
That's got to be him.
That specializes in orthopedics.
Yes, that's him. So he's dealing with Gigi now, and she has to go back this week because he explained to us, which again, the things that they explain to you and tell you, absolutely fascinating. But he actually said that there is a little bone in that area, like in the kind of wrist hand area, that sometimes it is fractured, but because it is so like tiny, I guess, right? The fracture doesn't present itself on x-rays for a couple of weeks, for like 2 to 3 weeks. So, it's, yeah, he said we can't do it now, but we will come back in 2 to 3 weeks. That's what we're doing this week. And we'll x-ray it now to look for that fracture. Because he said sometimes that takes a while to present itself. So we just want to make sure that actually isn't fractured. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right. So I'm still trying to see if we can get the videos up and running. So if we can do that, I will certainly let you guys know. Things are kind of being a little bit wonky in the background. So Jim says, yes, that's who I'm seeing. Specializes in sports medicine. Oh, good. So you're seeing Dr. Devendra. He's good. You're gonna like him, Jim. You're gonna really like him. Very, very knowledgeable, and just absolutely great communicator. He explains stuff like really, really well. And so, of course, one of the things, Jamari, that a lot of people, you're getting a little scratchy with your audio again. One of the things that people will know about orthopedic surgeons is they see a lot of people with sports injuries. And so those of us who are pickleballing and doing all of that, of course, one of the things now is the amount of patients that orthopedic surgeons get to see has increased, simply because, you went from being a couch potato to, trying to be a world star pickleball player. And it just does not work out that well for most of us. So there you have it. Take it easy in the pickleball court. And Shamari, I'm not sure what happened. Did you take out your headphones or something?
No, somebody called me and then it like turned off the headset somehow.
Oh, okay.
Connect again.
All right. Yeah, we'll give you a second to get that reconnected. All right. In the meantime, I think that we might be able to play a video. I think we got something downloading. So we're gonna grab this video. While we grab and play this video, Shamari, you go ahead and exit out and come back in. All right, so have a look at this, folks. Some of the amazing stuff that's happening over at Health City, Cayman Islands.
Fue muy doloroso saber que tu propio hijo está enfermo y más que es chiquitita, recién aprendiendo a vivir, queriendo tener una vida. Es muy feo.
This is a mother. She was 14 years old when she got pregnant, and she decided, okay, she won't have an abortion. The baby had the atrial septal defect. Got her to one of our Samaritan's Purse cardiac doctors and found, okay, it needs to be operated on.
Maria, the little 2-year-old, was brought to our screening in Bolivia. She was an ideal candidate for our program. During that conversation, the mom just happened to mention, I was born with a hole in my heart. And sure enough, she came back and she did have a large heart defect as well. She was under the age of 18, still met our criteria as being a child who could receive heart surgery.
When she got 10 years old, 11 years old, she wasn't able to do the things that her friends could do. She just didn't have the oxygen in her blood, and they started making fun of her.
Me dijeron cosas feas que no quiero recordarlo y ya no puedo.
Pues yo me sentía mal, ¿no? Al ver que no podía hacer nada por mi hija, porque la verdad no teníamos cómo hacerla operar a ella. Así que me dolía mucho verla a mi hija así.
Both mother and child had the exactly same problem, the big hole in the heart. And it's surprisingly, I never seen like this. I had to operate the child and mother on the same day.
Me daba miedo que saliera mal y que yo no volviera a ver a mi bebé.
Yeah, she's coming here now. Okay? The big hole was there, it's closed, and heart is very good. We did the echocardiogram. Perfect.
Cuando la vi salir a mi bebé, pues se alegró mi corazón.
After the surgery, the lung pressure is normal. That means she will have a normal life expectancy. Otherwise, it would have been much, much shorter.
I asked Dr. Benoit what would happen if you hadn't closed it. And he said within the next 2 to 3 years, she would be dead.
Definitely a God thing that he brought them both to our screening.
Cuando el doctor me dijo que ella iba a poder vivir como una persona normal, que no tengo nada en mi corazón, me sentí bastante feliz. Iba a poder estar con mi hija muchos tiempos más y no preocuparme que me iban a quedar 2 años, 1 año de vida.
Es muy bonito ver cómo uno puede, como madre, uno puede salvar a su hijo. Ahora veo la diferencia, que sí, ella puede hacer todo normal, y ella juega tranquila, corre tranquila, ya no se agita mucho ella. Sí, 1000 veces nueva María.
So in Children's Heart Project, we're not only focusing on the physical heart and healing, but the ultimate goal is to share the love of Christ with them.
Apoyo espiritual he tenido de Jesús, de estudios bíblicos de aquí que hemos ido. He tenido mucha ayuda, he podido entregar mi vida a Dios. Me siento feliz y agradecida que mi hija no va a vivir lo que yo viví. Es como si un peso se me haya quitado de encima, que ella va a poder jugar, correr, como si nunca hubiera pasado nada en eso.
So the mother saved the baby, and the baby saved the mother. And both the mother and the grandmother accepted Christ this week. This, I think, has been the best example of what Children's Heart Project was all about. It all rests in the Lord's hands. I think He's using Samaritan's Purse to do that well.
Así como tuve una nueva oportunidad de vivir, también tuve una nueva oportunidad espiritual.
La verdad sí existe, el poder de Dios existe. ¿Qué le podría decir? Darle las gracias, que gracias a Él, primeramente Él, ¿no? Darle las gracias a Él y a toda la gente que nos han ayudado, que han hecho todo lo posible para que vengamos y estemos aquí. Se le podría dar las gracias, 1000 veces gracias.
Yeah, Shamari, this one always tugs at my heart. Samaritan's Purse, an amazing organization. And we saw that even recently, I think they were the same ones who stepped up to the plate in Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. And were assisting with setting up basically a remote hospital. And so this story demonstrates how their organization in partnership with Health City are saving lives.
Definitely. And the great thing about Samaritan's Purse, so it's Billy Graham. A lot of people know Billy Graham. It's his charitable organization that goes to places to find kids in need that otherwise wouldn't be able to access the surgery they would need to survive or can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And in working with obviously first class organizations around the world globally, they actually take a lot of their children to be able to make sure that they set them up to get the cardiac surgery that they need.
Mm-hmm.
So Samaritan's Purse has been a great partner from day one. And the interesting thing is we see children from Bolivia, we see children from far away as Fiji, and
Wow.
we see children from Nicaragua, recently even children from Jamaica and in the Caribbean as well, but a lot of Central American countries, Honduras, and then we
Mm-hmm.
also see children from as far as countries within Africa and the such that even though there are other facilities, even in Europe and other places that they have partnerships with, when they came and saw the team and the care and the atmosphere here in the Cayman Islands with the host families, as well as, and a big shout out to Miss M, Angela Martins, who, for many, many years was the spearhead of the families that would help to take care of the children prior to surgery and even after their discharge, with the host families in the community through the church and the such.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the setup here and because of the Dr. Benoits that are actually here and the type of quality service that we're able to give, they give us and send us a disproportionate number of the children that they could send
Mm-hmm.
elsewhere, just because they're so comfortable with the entire ecosystem that we have here as well. So they're a great partner, and we always look forward to helping the children. And that one you would have seen would have been a mother who needed the procedure and the
Mm-hmm.
child who also needed the procedure. And Dr. Benoit would get
Yes.
emotional about it as well because the mother said she wanted to have her surgery second, right?
Yes.
Because she wanted to make sure her child survived.
Yes.
So anyway, I get
Yeah.
choked up about it as well, but this is the type of organization that Health City is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we look forward throughout the year, so not only during Christmas, to
Mm-hmm.
giving back through lives saved, and that's what Dr. Benoit is doing right now, making sure that we can save more lives.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of charitable giving, we also have obviously different countries that have insurance or through their governments that trust Health City with their most gentle of human beings, the babies, to come
Mm-hmm.
to us for us to do pediatric
Yep.
cardiac surgery or cardiology procedures on the most gentle hearts. And you will see that picture there. If Dr. Benoit
Yes.
was here, he actually
Mm-hmm.
was going to show you a picture and send a picture through of that child now. So that was the child that have what we call the heart outside of the chest. So this is where
Mm-hmm.
the actual heart, it's a genetic abnormality that the heart's outside of the chest wall. Dr. Benoit did the procedure to actually put the heart back inside the chest. Then we had a plastic surgery, a surgeon come in to actually close the chest wall. And that
Mm-hmm.
child is as good as new as any other child running around playing football. And
Wow.
recently would have graduated from middle school and is going into high school now. And is
Wow.
a big young man because this surgery was done probably
In the
about
early
8 years
days.
ago, 8 years ago,
Yes.
8 or 9 years ago. And
Mm-hmm.
now the child is, so Dr. Benoit, oh, the great thing about Dr. Benoit is that he keeps in contact with all of his patients and they always send
Mm-hmm.
him updates, either the parents and as the children grow as well, they send him
Mm-hmm.
pictures and videos and the such. So,
Yeah.
just a part of what Health City does.
And all of the children that you see here in these slides are real patients. These are not stock
Correct.
photos, folks. These are real
Correct.
patients who have benefited from life-saving surgery out at Health City, Cayman Islands. So, of course, if Dr. Benoit was here, he could have gone into a bit more of the details of the congenital heart defects that are presented at birth, the structural heart abnormalities, the children with rhythm disorders, heart failure, and cardiomyopathies, and emergency and critical cardiac cases that have needed, urgent intervention at the pediatric level. So again, these are the youngest of the youngest little patients. So some of them are like newborns as they're born. So Health City saving lives, not just in the Cayman Islands, but across the Caribbean and internationally for these critically ill patients who are flown in for urgent care. So there's their little faces.
Yeah,
And
we get babies. We get babies from Trinidad. We get babies from Barbados. We get babies from Turks and Caicos, as well as adults, because we're speaking about the pediatric program,
Sure.
also out Central America. If you ever were to come into Health City, there's a map on the wall, Health City in East End. There's a map on the wall just before you get to the cafeteria. If you ever have time, just stand up and look, and we have hearts showing all of the patients that we've gotten
Wow. From
all
all over the
across the
world.
world globally,
Yeah, look at
from
these little faces.
Asia, virtually every continent, from
Yeah.
Asia to Africa, obviously North America, South America, and the list goes on.
Look at these handsome little faces. So cute. So, they have really benefited. Here's some before and after. There's little Anna, Sophia. Wow, she has grown up. It's so nice to see them growing so well. Here's before and after with Ian. I think that was Ian in the first picture. That looks like that could be him with his little curly blonde hair.
Yes. I have all my glasses, so I can't see as vividly as you can, so I'll have to enlarge. But
yes. Oh no, that's not him.
no,
Okay.
that's not him.
That's
No,
not him. Oh, kind of looks like him there with the little blonde curls.
because he's actually, it does look a little bit like him, but he's actually, a little bit taller than that young man.
Okay. All right. So some before and after pictures there of how nicely they have done post surgery. So fantastic. Wonderful. Time for another giveaway. Another question, Shamari.
Definitely. So this one, once again, this is the third question. So this will be for the tool bag. Name 2 of Health City's locations. This one's pretty easy. Name 2 locations where you can find Health City.
936-2626. 2 locations. Yep. Think you guys got this one in the bag, literally.
They should.
All right. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Turn down the radio for me in the background or whatever is playing. Yeah. Yes. 2 locations where you can find Health City.
Okay. One is East End and the other one is Cayman.
Yep. I think that works, Shamari. East End and Cayman Bay.
Oh, yeah. I didn't hear the Cayman Bay part, but perfect.
Okay.
Yep. 2 locations. Yep. Do you know a third? No, I'm just kidding. we do have a Cayman Bay clinic as well as at times we see patients in the BRAC.
Oh.
And, so we, and
oh, yeah, okay.
And we, as we also have acquired hospitals in the UK. So we also have some locations on the UK, as obviously outside of India as well. So you get your tool bag with some goodies inside.
Fantastic. Merry Christmas. I got your number down here. I'll send that through to the team who will be in contact with you. All right. Let's do another question. Next question.
All right. The next question, and this one is for the executive health check.
Okay.
It is a little bit more difficult, and you'd have to probably search some. But can you name me 2? And I'm gonna go broad now. 2 cardiac physicians within the Health City company. 2 hospitals, 2 cardiac surgeons,
2
or
cardiac
cardiologists,
surgeons,
or cardiologists, anything cardiac related. 2 cardiac specialists.
I know one for sure. All right, folks.
2 cardiac specialists.
It's getting a little bit more difficult, but nonetheless.
It could be interventional cardiology, which is somebody who would go in to put in the stents. And then obviously when it converts to a bypass, that would be a surgeon who can go in. So this one should be easy enough because we brought the 2 lead guys from day one, the 2 of the A team. So people who have been around should know who they are.
All right. Good morning, caller. What's your guess at this one? Good morning.
I would like to try to win that wonderful prize.
Yes, go on through.
So 2 cardiac surgeons, Dr. Shetty, Dr. Devi Shetty, and Dr. Sharma.
Well,
Sharma.
well, Dr. Shetty doesn't perform surgeries at Health City. So do you know any specific cardiologists and cardiothoracic surgeons at Health City in Cayman?
Dr. Benoit.
That's right. Okay.
And Devaraju. Dr. Devaraju.
Okay. I will give it to you. I will give it to you.
Close enough.
You seem like you really wanted the executive health check. So we will go ahead and gift you the executive health check.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, congratulations. Congratulations.
And also, a lot of people know Dr. Ravi, who is our interventional cardiologist, who would have saved a lot of lives going in, putting in stents, has been with us from day one. Also does electrophysiology, which is the burning of the different arteries and veins in order to make sure your heart is, the rhythm is ticking appropriately. So a lot of people know Dr. Ravi as well.
Fantastic.
Definitely, you get your executive health check.
On that executive health check. Yeah. When was the last time you did a thorough executive health check?
I did one about 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Time for another one.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you. Merry Christmas. All right. Good giveaway. Yeah, boy. People are aiming for those executive health checks, which is a good sign, because I think it certainly means that, you guys are trying to stay on the healthier side of things. So very, very good. So congratulations to that last caller. Just sending through the name here to the team. Fantastic. All right. Shall we do another prize and then we'll do another video after this one?
Yeah, we can. So this one is for the tool bag. Can you name 3 countries from which Health City gets medical tourists? 3 countries from which Health City gets medical tourists.
3 countries from which Health City gets medical tourists. I know for sure. I know some in the Caribbean. All right. 3 countries. North America. Think big. Good morning, caller.
3 countries.
Okay.
North America.
That's not a country. Oh, you're saying in North America is Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Okay.
The USA.
Okay.
And the Bahamas.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, you got it.
Good job.
I'm curious. Do you know any more? Because you're on a roll.
She wanted the executive health check.
Oh no, this one.
Straight. You can't be giving them away when people get the wrong answers. I had the right answer.
This one was for the bag. This one was for the bag.
Yeah.
What is this one?
This one is for the bag.
This one's for the bag.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, if you can name 2 other countries, if you can name 2 other countries, I might swap this one out. Can you name 2 other countries?
Medical tourists.
Medical tourists.
Or just people that you get here in general.
Well, that would be medical tourism. I think.
Yeah, medical tourism. People we get for surgeries. Yeah.
Well, Belize. And Trinidad, I think you said.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. You got to upgrade. We'll swap it out. You get an executive health check.
Good for you. Awesome. It's great that people want those. I mean, let me tell you. Congratulations.
Yes. And let me just tell people this real quick. Even if you have health insurance, right?
Yeah.
You only get a certain amount of benefit for preventative. For wellness, right?
Right.
So if you use the executive health check that you win, then you can use your preventative for something else, like go to the women's health or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Now,
She's
Shamari, tell
smart.
us
She's
what is
smart.
in,
She's
I
smart.
know. Yeah, for sure. Tell us what is in this executive health check exactly anyway.
Yeah, so you get your full checkup from your bloods. You get the cardiac checkup where you know you need to bring your running shoes so that
Oh,
they can put you
the dreaded
on the treadmill.
the dreaded treadmill,
Yes,
the stress
the
test.
dreaded the stress test, the dreaded
Yeah.
treadmill, and you get the full workup. Now we have some add-ons that even if you so based on your history as well as your age demographic, you may want some other add-ons that will go a
Mhm.
little bit more specific in regards to cardiac and otherwise. But this
Mhm.
is so your Fortune 500 companies understood that their C-suite executives were the actual uh, what you would call the not the service but the asset that was most important to companies. So that's where the executive health check came from, where they wanted to make sure, because obviously you know, Sandy, that based on a
Mhm.
company's health, that's how the stock goes. And if the guy at the top or the gal at the top drops down tomorrow, then stock may drop if
Mhm.
they pin their success to them. So they always wanted to make sure that the C-suite, if there were issues, that they understood what those issues are. So this
Yeah.
executive health check came about to make sure that you understand the core areas of health of the executives to make sure they were on the right path.
Mhm.
So now that used to be only available based on price and otherwise to people at the top of organizations. Now Health City makes it available to everyone that's priced appropriately so that people can afford within their insurance to come see it. And even if you need to put on another $100 or $200, that's all
Mhm.
you'll need to have some of the add-ons as well. But it checks all of your vitals across cardiac, the full body, and then if you need any additional markers, we also are able to
Mhm.
do that as well.
Yeah. And I'm telling you guys, I did a couple years ago now, I did like everything, like all the add-ons, the core one, and then all the add-ons. And oh my gosh, I was there for literally hours because they just had me ready to do all the different tests. I did all the blood work, results were coming in pretty much immediately. I was doing the scans, like literally doing everything. And it gives you a good baseline of exactly where you are. So I did the stress test, the women's package, the works. And here's Gabby saying I did one in August. I would want another one just for the free breakfast and lunch. The food there is awesome. Yes, there is that too. Because after you do whatever you have to do for like fasting, once you're done with that, then they make sure that you get some food and you get really, really comfortable. And it's good. The food is delicious. I'm gonna have to agree with you there for sure. So thank you, Kifra, for sending through all the details on the executive health check. So basically, you get all the x-rays, ultrasounds, you got kidneys, hormones, heart, liver. They can do like a comprehensive panel to screen for everything. And I've never been tested with so many things, probed and prodded, and thankfully everything was pretty A-okay. Couple things we had to work on. So as we can see here, you've got your base executive health check. That's a value of basically $700 US. And they do your full like A1C, your complete blood count. That's a CBC. You do your lipid profile. You've got your liver function profiles. This is where they're going to look for stuff like fatty liver and stuff. That's when you got to start eating better. Yeah, they're going to tell you that too. We've got kidney function panel. We've got the uric acid. Mine's always a little bit elevated. So there's certain things in my diet that I need to watch. But if you have a history of gout or family members with gout, sometimes that's elevated. You've got your thyroid panel, your urine examination, ECG, chest x-ray, physician consultation. So that's the basic one. And then on top of that, you can do the cardiac health check, which includes a CT calcium screening, your echocardiogram. Then they've got a men's package as an add-on, a women's package, and then you can do like individual add-ons. So if you want to do like tumor markers, hepatitis screening, you might be at risk for certain things, diabetes screening and so on. You can add all of those things as additional add-ons as well. So,
And
yeah.
And Sandy, just to mention that the $700 package If you were to get the same equivalent in the US, that would be at a top-notch facility, that would be anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 US. So we charge 700, but it's
Mm-hmm.
upwards of $3,000 if you were to do that same package overseas. And then obviously all the add-ons, you would be even more overseas as well. So we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make that in reach of the majority of the population and also within the wellness benefits so that persons who have insurance, and yes, the person was right, sometimes the wellness benefits aren't necessarily as comprehensive depending on insurance company, but then you would only have to pay an additional $100 or $200
Mm-hmm.
versus $2,000 out of pocket. So we wanted
Yeah.
to make it so that everybody would be able to gain access to this preventative wellness type of area.
Yeah, it's very comprehensive. So Irvelyn says mine is due in February. I do mine every year, and Dr. Sandeep is the best. I love Dr. Sandeep, but I'm a little bit scared of Dr. Sandeep. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh man, don't make him see me because he's gonna be like, how's that A1C now? Oh yeah, doc, it's coming along. You've been walking. Oh boy. He's keeping me on track when he sees me.
That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's do another video right now as well, and then we'll come back and do some more giveaways and prizes.
Definitely.
About her condition. Didn't know the severity of her condition. And that's when it was broken down to me, and that's when I kind of had a little meltdown.
In these last few months, the quality of life definitely decreased. But before, I was doing fine. I've had my condition for a very long time. It's been under control. So
it is very, very special story of Dr. Ajita. She's a 41-year-old practicing doctor from the Bahamas. See, she was suffering from chronic heart failure. That means the heart was failing over a period of years. But on a particular day, a couple of months ago, she had a sudden cardiac arrest. That means heart just stopped.
She just went into a cardiac arrest. And that's when she caught it holding my hands.
there is where I lose all memory. So I don't know what happened there.
It happened luckily while she was in the hospital, and they could do the CPR and resuscitated her. But this happened a couple of times. Then only option at that time, because heart pumping was like 15%. That won't sustain like that for long. So in the doctor's hospital of the Bahamas, they put her on ECMO. But that is a temporary measure. Something to be done for to save her.
So we have a very strong team which has experience in ECMO and handling ECMO patients, both in units and adults. We've got a team which also does air ambulance retrievals. But this is the very first time that we have weaved both in, where we have shifted a patient on ECMO by air ambulance to HCCI.
It is not a simple task to transfer on ECMO, because there are multiple tubes going directly into the heart. Then there is machine to pump the blood, basically to support the heart and lungs. So while this transfer in the ground ambulance, then in the air ambulance, any kink or tilt or disconnection of any of these tubes can just lose the patient. So we put this left ventricular assist device on the next day. It was one of the complex heart surgeries that took almost 8 hours, and surgery went very well. That means we are to keep this artificial pump inside the chest and connecting that to the heart and making that heart pump into the main blood vessel. After the first time she was put on ventilator. So over the next few days, She showed signs of improvement of all the organs, including the pump was working very well. And she was very weak. 2 weeks she was in the ICU, and after third week we could send her home.
So I'm looking forward to completing my rehabilitation firstly. Being able to walk and run, like Dr. Manoy would say. Yeah. And then, I am also currently in a postgraduate program. So I also need to get back to doing that as well. And then also to my patients. So, yeah.
I think it has to have a way to get out there now for people to know the care that they will receive at Health City is undeniable, by all means, hands down, the best.
So the whole story shows how Health City as a hospital equipped with helping people with this advanced disease or situations like life-threatening situation, like what happened to Dr. Ajita. Because what was the other option for her? Either heart transplant or putting this advanced pump into the heart. If these two options were not there, she will not survive. So it is like giving a second life for Dr. Ajita.
We have a saying between me and her, infinity. And that's what Health City gave us, our infinity valve.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Such tear-jerking testimonials and stories today. That's amazing. And she was a physician herself. Oh my goodness.
Correct. And as a physician, then other physicians who are taking care of her wanted to send her and her family to the best place possible. They had insurance. They could have gone wherever. And they chose because they knew about Health City. They knew about the physicians we had here. They knew about the quality. They knew about the Dr. Benoys and Dr. Ravis and the such that are able to do things that typically you're not able to do at just regular hospitals, but at highly specialized hospitals. And that's why, even with that team, working with the air ambulance company, we were able to hook her up to the ECMO machine, which only a few places can do that on this side of the hemisphere, much less in the Caribbean. And we were able to bring her in, and she was clinging to life, and we were able to bring her back. And now she obviously keeps in contact with Dr. Benoy, and she's doing amazingly well in the Bahamas and continuing her advanced studies, as you would have heard in the video as well. So you know you're a great hospital when doctors choose either their family members or other doctors choose for doctors to come to you for highly specialized critical medical procedures.
For sure. And that is why, even there was the one physician, well, he was here, I think on holiday or at a conference or something from Canada, I believe it was, or the US.
He was a US. Yep.
And he also had, a cardiac event. And he said that, the care that he got was just absolutely amazing. So,
and they also had the ability to air ambulance out, but his wife was a nurse. And she saw the care that was happening at Health City and spoke to the doctors. And she was like, no, this is the best place for him to actually have this procedure. So they said they believe it was God who made him have that event right here in the Cayman Islands, that he was able to avail himself of those services right away. And it was the AED device was used in the Ritz-Carlton by the staff to keep him alive. He was also resuscitated in the ambulance. And in that scenario, they brought him directly to Health City from the Ritz-Carlton. So the ambulance service did what was needed, and he got to us, and we were able to save his life and then do the procedure as well thereafter. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So Irvelin says, laughing out loud, yes, Sandy. He's very strict talking about Dr. Sandy. He roughed me up one time, but not in a bad way, just to make sure I was taking my blood pressure meds. Yes. You know, and again, they will explain to you why, like, you don't want to mess around with blood pressure meds and not take them within the 24-hour period, or you don't want to stop taking them because, you know, high blood pressure is known as a silent killer. You know, you'll have a stroke and, you know, yeah, your blood pressure is high and you don't know it. I know a lot of old folks be like, oh, I know when my pressure high, I got a headache. Not all the time. So many times people walk around with high blood pressure and they have no clue. And we do mean like dangerously high blood pressure. So there's only one way really to know, and that's to be checking your blood pressure. And it's the type of thing that fluctuates all the time. So, you know, keep on top of those things, folks. All right. We have another person who shared a bit of personal information. They said an executive health check saved my cousin's life. The team at Health City really saved her. She was able to catch and correct a grave heart tubal issue. So again, you know, those executive health checks really make a difference. You never know. All right, so let's give away another bag. Another gift bag here from Health City, Cayman Islands. 936-2626 is el número de teléfono. Irvelin says she's doing much better now. Good girl, good girl. Dr. Sandy will be happy. Jim says low pressure too. Neither is nothing to play around with. Most of us have the other issue, though. Most of us have that high blood pressure now. All right, but get your goodie bag. Look at that swag. Oh, yeah, 936. Oh, what's the question? We need a question.
Yeah, the question is, this one's easy for the goodie bag. This one's easy. Who's the founder of Health City?
Oh, super easy. Super
this one's easy. Who is the founder of Health City?
Yes, who is the 936-2626. Give us a call, honey. Chill. You know, Shamari, anytime I travel, I get to see a lot of the super fans of the CMR platform. And I met a couple yesterday coming through Tampa. One gentleman, he was here at the airport and he heard me talking. The voice, I think, kind of gives me away all the time.
Right.
I would never be able to crank call someone because they're going to know it's me. I know that's that honey child lady. All right, let's see if this caller has the question for us. Good morning, or the answer. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you? Oh,
good.
Two for one day. Do you have the answer?
Dr. Shetty?
Absolutely.
That is correct.
That is correct. Dr. Shetty, indeed. Are you going to re-gift this one or are you going to keep it for yourself?
No, I'm going to re-gift it. I'm going to try for another executive health check and give that as a Christmas gift if I can.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, there's no rules against people winning more than twice. So I guess. All right. Thank you.
As well as you can come in and buy a gift certificate and give it to a loved family member as well for Christmas.
That's a good idea. That's the gift of health. All right, next question. Next question. We already have somebody waiting for this one.
All right. So they're waiting. All right. Okay. This one is for an executive health check. What partnerships or collaborations does Health City have with other institutions?
All right. What partnerships or collaborations does Health City Cayman Islands have with other institutions? Caller, good morning. Programs, any sort of collaborative, things that they're doing with others. One was actually mentioned today, if you think about it.
Correct. Yep.
Hi, caller.
Did I miss the founder question?
You missed the founder question, but this one now is for another executive health check. And this question is, what collaborations or sort of partnerships does Health City have? Just name one, because there are tons of them. So name one that they have with some institution, some NPO, something. And if you were listening.
Overseas as well?
Yes.
I know there's Doctors Hospital Bahamas. There's a collaboration.
Yes. That's it. That's one. We only need one, Shamari?
I had said two, but let's see if you have any other one.
Yes, one more. That's one, yes.
Collaboration with Turks and Caicos as well.
That's correct.
HCCI.
You definitely get it. We have a collaboration with Turks and Caicos government, and we see a lot of TCI patients. So this person is very knowledgeable. So
Mhm.
you ding ding ding,
Ding,
you
ding,
get the
ding. You are a
executive
winner. All right, let me take down
health
your
check.
number. Hold on one second here. I got to make sure I'm writing these down correctly. Executive health check. Okay. Merry Christmas and congratulations.
Awesome. This is Dr. Wilkes, 917-385. You got my number.
Yes,
Okay, good.
we got it. We got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right.
Perfect.
Very good question.
And just
Good answer,
from
too.
that, so as you would have said, we
Yep.
mentioned one, so Samaritan's Purse obviously would be
Mhm.
another one. And another one would be Dana-Farber. So Dana-Farber is the medical institution that's aligned with Harvard, and we have a
Mhm.
partnership with them for radiotherapy or cancer care part. So the small percentage of what we can't deal with, we work directly with Dana-Farber on those cases as well as peer review. So everything that we're doing, we also, if it's more technical, obviously we have over 40 hospitals and embedded units within India, but then we also use Dana-Farber, which is number one in the US when it comes to oncology and cancer care, and one of the
Mhm.
top 5 in the world. So Dana-Farber doesn't just collaborate with everyone, and they saw it fit
Mhm.
to collaborate with Health City, and we're really proud of that partnership as well, just
Yeah.
because we're talking about partnerships. Cool.
Absolutely. So
So,
I was gonna tell you about my little experiences at the airport. So there was a gentleman who heard me talking, and I think he recognized the voice. He's like, "Hey, are you Sandra from CMR?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He's like, "Oh my gosh, can I shake your hand? I'm so happy to meet you." And he said, "I sent you a video about the turtles and the lighting that was interfering with them. And once you put it up, the lights got turned off." And I said, "Yes, thank you so much for looking out for turtles." And then there was another young lady. She's a university student, interested in medicine, so she's kind of wanting to do the pre-med route. And her mom is a physician on island, and I know her mom. She's like a customer of mine. And so, I was just talking to her mom, saying hello. And at some point, she's kind of like, I can't remember what she said, "Your voice sounds familiar." And then I was like, "You ever heard of Cayman Mall Road?" or something she asked me. And then she's like, "You're Sandra? Oh my God." She couldn't believe it. She was like, "You know my mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've actually been to your house before." "What? You've been to my house?" She's like, "Everybody, you're like the most famous person in Cayman. Everybody knows you." I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I think all the university students are probably talking about me low key. Like, "Oh my God, don't do anything wrong. We'll end up in CMR."
CMR.
So, so absolutely. Irvin says, "Congrats to all of the winners." How many do we have left? We're rolling.
We have three. We have 3 left.
Okay.
So this one I can't keep track, but this one I will give an executive health check again. So this one's a
Okay.
little bit more difficult.
Nice. Okay.
Please name. Can you give us the name of Health City's educational program? Health City's educational program or educational arm. It has a name.
It has a name. It sure does. All right. So 936-2626, the name of Health City's educational program, which has literally seen thousands of young people go through at varying levels. And some have come back and are now working at Health City, in different areas. So it's an amazing opportunity for people to explore, not just the direct medical professions, but HVAC and, other things as well that they might be interested in. So it's a really good program. What is it called? They were back on here not too long ago, actually talking about it. 936-2626. People are thinking about this one. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Sandy.
Hi.
Is it Health City Explorers?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, boy.
You got it.
Congratulations, Jim again.
It sounded familiar. It sounded familiar.
He said he's going to gift these. So he's going to give these.
I study Health City, man. I study Health City.
A student. All right. Thank you very, very much. All right. We do have, I was going to grab that one. We did have somebody else calling, and I recognize that number. I recognize that workplace number. Call us back. Call us back. All right. Another one. Yes.
All right. We have two more. So this one is for the bag. Name a new service or specialty that Health City offered when it opened Camana Bay. The Camana Bay Hospital.
Yes.
The new service Health City brought to you all when we opened Camana Bay. So it's a service that we wouldn't have had in East End that we brought when we opened Camana Bay.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Hi.
I've been trying to get this bag.
Yes. Oh, good. I think this is it.
One of the newer services that Health City offers is maternity care.
Yay!
That is right. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, ma'am. Congratulations.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
She got her bag.
I feel like I recognize that voice. I think I know who that is. Maybe. All right. Well, congratulations. She was excited about getting the bag. All right. All right. Caller, are you ready to try for the final question?
This one is an executive health check. Is the caller online?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What is the name? What is the name of Health City's radiotherapy center or oncology center? What's the name? It has a name.
This is a good one. What is the name? It's right there at Camana Bay. You'd probably drive by it all the time.
What's the name of the radiotherapy center? This one's for executive health check. A little bit more difficult.
I like every week, and I don't remember. Just the oncology. Oh my God. I was there just day before yesterday. I'm sorry.
Oh, that one tripped you up. All right.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, we'll give somebody else a chance. We got another caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome, welcome.
I'm going to take a quick try. Is it Jane Thompson radiation?
Yay.
Close enough. Jane Thompson Radiotherapy Center. Close enough. You got it. Jane Thompson Radiotherapy Center.
Yes. Awesome.
Close enough. Ding, ding, ding. You get the executive health check.
Executive health check. Thank you so much. Thank you, caller. Appreciate it. Fantastic. All right. So I think that's it. We still got people calling, but folks, we're out of prizes for now. Let me make sure. Hold on a second. Now I want to make sure that I got the right numbers taken down. So I got that one, and I got that one. Okay. All right, folks. No more phone calls for prizes because we're done. We're out of prizes. This person's still calling. They're like, I want something. I want to win. Sorry. That's it. Fresh Joe says a 24-hour drive / walk-in. Well, that's available at Health City East End too. Yeah. So that was
you can come both. But okay. That's good.
Yeah. All right, folks. Shamari, thank you, Santa, for all of the amazing prizes today.
And we will be gone until we will see you in February. So have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to the CMR family. And I noticed
very much.
Your good friend Johan has been missing in action. I don't know where he must be gone on vacation. I'm surprised he didn't comment on me singing the Cayman Airways song, but
yeah. So this person, Jim says, which much gratitude and appreciation. Thank you, Health City, Shamari, and CMR. Gosh, the phones are still ringing. And then, that's cute, putting a little hat on and then another person says, tell Shamari that the gym looks really good in him. He's lost weight or what? He looks totally different. Yes, Shamari has lost, what are we, close to 50 pounds?
Yeah, we're 49 pounds now. Still got 10 more to go. 10 more to go to get my national team player weight back.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations. And folks, he hasn't been on any special Ozempic or anything else. He has just been walking more, committed every single day, slow and easy. And it's taken you 6-7 months?
Since April, yeah.
Yeah. So he's been doing an amazing job. So
at least 6 days a week, 45 minutes on the elliptical, 45 minutes to an hour on the elliptical, at least 6 and many times 7, because you get into the you get into the habit, and many times 7 days a week, just 45 minutes to an hour on the elliptical, put in some weights right afterwards. And, I've always been pretty good with my eating, so I didn't really have to do too much there. But obviously, you have to watch your eating as well. And here I am.
Fantastic. Congrats. You look amazing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Motivating me.
Let's get it done.
I know. I'm gonna do it.
I owe you that pickleball match. I stopped playing pickleball, so I need to get back out there over the Christmas to make sure my skill level is back up.
Yeah, I've been kind of watching the knee because it's slowly getting there, but I'm starting to feel like I'm gonna be ready. So I might be able to do a slower volley during the Christmas season. So
all right. Well, I'll get ready for you for the new year.
Thank you so much, Mari. Appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas to all of the Health City Cayman Islands team. They do a fantastic job over there. Really, really appreciate you guys. And Stacey says, you're looking good, Joe. All right. Grinch did up for Christmas. Now everybody has to buy him smaller sizes. His wife is like, he's down to size medium probably. Thanks, Shamari. Have a good one.
I will never be a medium.
No, that's because you're tall. You're a very tall person. So yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Shamari. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic Christmas. So yes, there we have it. Wowee. Such an exciting time. All right. Oh. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get the, I knew that was you. She says, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I thought I recognized that voice. She won the maternity question. Yes. I was like, that voice sounds familiar. Yes, it does. Just as I thought. So, okay, I got some news for you guys. This is some Grinch-worthy news. I don't know. Hold on. Let's wait. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to tell you all yet. Let's wait until tomorrow because I want to have some documents in my hand. Let's wait until we get some documents in my hand. And then I'm going to share this news with you guys. It's not good news. I'm so sick and tired of these people kind of news, but let's wait for documentation. Okay. And then we'll take it from there. You guys are going to be shocked at this one. I mean, even to me, I was like, really? Again? Are we really doing this again? We'll see. Honey child. All right. So very, very excited to be back today. What a whirlwind of a weekend. I don't even know where to begin with the crime. OMG. First of all, we had 2 robberies pretty much back to back. One was on Friday at the Western Union. I did not even know there was a Western Union there, to be honest. Then we had these brazen, both of them daytime robbers, this brazen one there at the jewelry store. You guys saw the video, no doubt, for that. Pretty wild, pretty crazy. OMG. What is going on? Well, around the holiday season, we always have a big uptick, if you will, in these types of events. And, I think part of it is criminals feel like they're somehow deserving of people's hard-earned things for Christmas. So here we are, it's Christmas time, government's going to get a little bit of a honorarium payment. You've got a little bit of extra money to spend. People are Christmas shopping. And instead of working hard like everybody else out here and going Christmas shopping like a normal person, these criminals, just want to go out there and rob and steal from other people. It's absolutely disgusting. So I had gotten to Tampa for the event on Saturday, and not long after I landed, my phone started blowing up. Oh, Sandy, a jewelry store just got robbed in town. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Are you guys kidding me? And so we got lots of footage of this, and I do want to show you guys the footage because I feel like, you know, you guys should know. Somebody out there knows something. And I think what that means is if you know something, right, you've got to speak up. These guys sometimes have, although they were masked up and everything, sometimes they have very distinctive things about them. And so this now is where we need y'all to pay attention. I have my suspicions, you know, not that they, like I can specifically say who they are, but I think somebody knows who they are. And so we need you guys to pay very, very close attention. You've seen the video footage. Go and have a look at it. I think somebody said that they sort of look like one of them might be, he had some kind of a bow leg or something. So pay attention to the way that they're walking, the way that they're moving, right? This one's fumbling. I'm going to upload it here in a second. He's like dropping stuff. They're smashing. They're so stupid. They're actually smashing the glass. You know, it's horrible. I don't know if any of you have ever been the victim of a crime like this, where you don't know what they're going to do. They're armed. They're, you know, oh my gosh. These people are scared to death. So they had one guy who kind of stood by the door as a lookout. And then the other guy, he was walking around. You can kind of see where he actually at one point pushed customers out of the way and smashes the glass. I don't know what he had in his hand, but he smashes the glass and takes stuff. Now, here's the thing, right? This stuff is hot. These pieces are now hot. So how are they going to move them? These are not highfalutin, really talented, well-skilled criminals. These are, you know, down at the bottom of the totem pole kind of criminals, okay? So they're going to try to move these as quickly as possible. They're probably going to try to pawn them, for example, or they're going to attempt to get them off island. Maybe there's something that they can do with these if they take them off island. So pay attention to the movements of these individuals, because I can tell you without a doubt, if somebody walks up to you right now and they're trying to give you jewelry or anything of the sort, you've got to be like, where did this come from? Not for nothing, but you can't afford this ring. Pay close attention now. Don't be like, oh, he wants to marry me and I got myself a nice fancy ring. No. Ask questions about where did this come from? Something doesn't look right. Something is not adding up. And I think you'll find that, you know, for good reason, is probably why you'd be really, really suspicious. I don't know if these guys are trying to give this stuff away or they're going to try to turn it and, you know, flip it into some money. I suspect it's probably going to be flipped into something. But again, you know, you've got to just pay attention. So let me just see here now. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to download the video just in case you guys missed it on what happened. So here's one that we're going to watch. This is the first one that we've got ready here. There's actually 2 different videos, and we did put them together. And Mr. Kenneth Bryan, MP for Georgetown, has brought a motion to the House to make it illegal for these guys to be walking around in their mask. And this is something that we actually discussed. It was either last year or even the year before when we had an uptick in this sort of thing again, you know, because it just keeps happening. And I can see the overwhelming support that he has had for the mask. And yeah, I think it's about time, really. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program. Hello. Oh, sorry. Had you muted there. Good morning, caller.
Hey, Sandy.
Good morning. Good morning.
I just wanted to comment about some of the comments that were made on the post on social media about the security and the people that were in the store just standing around doing nothing.
Oops. Yes.
And, they were pretty rude about it. And I would just like to ask that individual,
what do they expect a clerk to do? A jewelry clerk.
what do they expect? Even a security guard who has nothing to defend their own self. You know, a security guard is a deterrent, basically. They don't have any weapons to defend themselves or anybody around them. It's just, like I said, a deterrent. So for people to make horrible comments about, you know, these people doing nothing, I'm not going to risk my life to save someone else when, in fact, 9 times out of 10, all this stuff is, in fact, insured or should be insured, but still it doesn't give the thief, the scumbag, the right to steal. You know, people just take what doesn't belong to them. They think it's okay. They have no conscience. And it's getting more and more prevalent here. And it's quite disturbing and quite disgusting that we have those kind of people living amongst us that think they just go in anywhere and take whatever they, damn well please. So I just want to say to that person who commented, they need to back up and back off and understand, would they risk their own life?
No, absolutely not. No. I mean, for jewelry, no. You know, maybe if it was somebody's life, you would step in and do something, but not for jewelry. And like you said, it is insured. And I mean, obviously that's no excuse, and it doesn't diminish, you know, what these guys have done. But, you know, we got to find these guys. And I think, quite ironically enough, is that there's probably sufficient, you know, camera footage. You can see what we're seeing on the screen right now. One, the person's quickly got on the screen and started calling someone. But you can even see where it looks like some people, you know, I see one lady here in the top left rather, being taken in the back because she's probably so distraught by what just happened. So yeah, this is something that I think, unless you've been in this situation before, you can't say even how you would react. Everybody thinks that they know what they're going to do. Everybody's like, oh, well, you know, I would do this. No, you never know what you're going to do until you're actually in it.
This also creates PTSD if people don't understand.
Yes, that's right.
You know, I mean, people just have to think before they comment, and they need to read their comments before they go ahead and push send.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We actually seen this one video where the guy kind of, you know, puts his hand in his head. Have a look at this. He's so dismayed. So, you know, they're watching this as this happens. Here are the two guys kind of standing up here, having a discourse and talking. And then look at what happens when the guys, when you can see how afraid they are. They back up. They go in the back room, you know, and they're kind of there. Now, I am a little bit surprised. I mean, I am curious, although this happened fairly quickly. I'm curious if they're not buttons, like, you know, emergency call buttons for the police that these companies have where they push. I don't know. But of course, you've got to still give time for response. So if you take it from the time that these guys came in to when they left, I mean, this was under, I want to say under a minute, but let's have a look. So we're at 30 seconds now into the video. And then you see they start to, you know, there's one guy at the door. They start to, you know, and it's so funny because his back is to the people. And I suppose you might think, well, you know, somebody could have pressed the button. Somebody probably could have even, you know, taken out a phone, because it's not like they're watching the people that closely, but people are scared. Everybody's frozen. It's like these people are so afraid. You see the two guys back up. You see that one lady with in the black and white. She doesn't even, her feet move a little bit, but she doesn't even move. And then you see when he starts to break the case, you know, she kind of backs up. I think she's a customer because she obviously has her handbag. That's when she kind of moves away from the cases. But nobody's making any fast movements, which I think is smart. Because these guys came in, you know, as armed robbers. You don't know what's going on. And then there they are out of the door at, you know, but I think it probably took them like a minute between coming in and out and getting in and out and getting, you know. So it happened pretty fast. Yeah. So Pretty crazy. But you see them as they're coming around the corner. So I know for a fact they came around the area by the courthouse. There's a bank right there. There's cameras there. Parliament is right there. We're going to catch these guys because they're actually kind of stupid. Of all the jewelry stores to pick, you pick the one right next to the courthouse where there is CCTV footage all over that area, all over central town. I think it's only a matter of time before they're able to track these guys back to some sort of vehicle because they came from somewhere, right? I don't see these guys getting away on a bicycle like the ones from the Western Union incident. So I suspect that they probably were in a vehicle, but now all the CCTV footage in this area is going to be checked. You know, the fact that they do this in the middle of the afternoon, like high noon, shows that these guys are pretty brave and stupid at the same time. So let's have a look at this one. So we see them both enter. He comes in with his little green Grinch bag. Is that just a plastic bag? It looks like it's a shopping bag of some sort. He does have, I want you all to pay pretty close attention to his walking, because I do feel like his walk is what is going to give him away. If you do an analysis of this one in particular and his gait and his walk, right? He does look like, although he's wearing his pants kind of low, he does look like he has a very unique walk. And somebody said he looks like he's a little bit bow-legged, and I agree with that. There's something a little bit off. So pay attention to the way that he walks. He's obviously very, very slim built. You know, wearing gloves. I don't even think he knows what he's grabbing. Like, he's just grabbing whatever. And he's not a very discerning thief, that's for sure. Yeah. And he looks like he was kind of thinking about leaving maybe, and then he kind of circled back around to that counter to see what else he could get. And the staff, I mean, look at this lady leaning up against her husband, or some man, I'm assuming it's her husband, where they're just like, you know, they're just so scared, like they don't even want to look at them, sort of thing. Do they speak at all? I mean, I don't, let me back it up, and I'm going to turn it up a little bit because I want to hear when they come in if they actually say anything. Let's see when they come in if they actually say anything. Let's see. I didn't really hear them say anything. So I guess by their actions alone, does anybody hear them say anything? I mean, what a gentleman he is. He holds the door open for his accomplice. I mean, how nice is he? Look what he does. He comes, he opens the door, and then he allows the taller one to walk in. And then he stands guard at the door. I don't really hear them say anything. Now, a lot of people are going to say, these are Jamaicans. Well, you know, we don't want to, what we call it, profiling, but if I were a betting person, and I'm really not a betting person, but if I were a betting person, I would put my money on that's exactly who this is. There's at least one Jamaican involved and somebody else. They're probably working together. Construction workers, I'm willing to bet. I'm just saying, you know, again, not profiling them, but yeah. So there you have it. I feel confident, though, that the RCIPS is going to get these guys. And now we need to start thinking and looking very, very closely at who we are allowing inter country. I mean, these guys come here and they claim that, you know, oh, they have no resources. A lot of you were sending me the article this week, just yesterday, in fact, of this, what's it called? This organization, this newspaper in Jamaica, Star, where they are reporting a couple that were just convicted, and I think sentenced about, their house got blown away by the hurricane. Wah, wah, wah. And I'm just like, thank God it's 9:30. Let me just disconnect from the radio, make sure we're compliant. I was like, who gives a fuck if your house got a... Really? So you think that gives you a right to come to our country and make our country unsafe, bringing drugs into our little country? I don't think so. Under no circumstances. I don't care. I don't care if your house got blown away by Melissa, by Ivan, by whatever. That is not an excuse for you to go around breaking the law and terrorizing people, pumping drugs into communities where you're going to have people, getting addicted and stuff. Like, I don't really care what your excuse is. Find something else to do. If supposedly you lost your home in the hurricane, why are you even coming to this country? And this is why I said the other day, because of this hurricane, we now know that there are desperate criminals. You're not a law-abiding citizen one day and your house gets blown away and the next day you become a criminal. No, you were always a criminal as far as I'm concerned. And you are now just looking for some sad story to tell the court to try to get your time reduced. I think that honestly, anyone who comes and claims that, they're coming here now, look at how quick that was. You're already here after your house got destroyed, or were they already living here? Like, what's their excuse? We got to really try to vet people very, very carefully. Of course, we reported that they were fishermen because that was their story in court, that they were fishermen. I don't know what kind of fishing they were doing. But one guy claims that he was threatened to be able to bring the drugs here. We have to take a no tolerance where none of your excuses will matter. You're going to get the maximum sentence. And you know what else we need to do? Since the mother country, aka the UK, is supposed to be here to help us occasionally, perhaps we should put in a request with them that our jails are full, right? We don't have any more space, really. So when we have these criminals who are coming here, especially from abroad, can we please house them in the UK? We'll pay for the ticket. It's going to be worth it. Ship them off to the UK where they can be in a proper high security prison, because Cayman is still, by all measures, a bit of a walk in the park. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning.
Morning, dear.
While the robberies in these places are really horrible, those places have insurance. The one that gets me the worst is the one that stole the goats from these people that's been raising their goats.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that is making me really sad.
Yeah.
That's the one that people need to be vigilant. Who is they buying curry goat from and all this for Christmas?
Oh, Lord, you're not even going to know. You're not even going to know because curry goat is, yeah, I mean, of course, but and they're so cute, little goats. I was really taken aback because I've never heard of anybody stealing goats in Cayman. I guess it happens, but I've never heard of it. Stealing livestock. I was like, what the hell? Who steals livestock?
Family now has no money for Christmas,
Yeah.
And that's the one that's getting me. Somebody needs to be reporting on that when they see the wrong people selling goat meat. Thank you very much.
And one was pregnant too. So sad. Yeah. I mean, listen, this time of year, like I said, it seems like people steal anything, like literally anything. I was surprised. I was like, somebody stole your goat. I know the young man, actually. When he called me, I didn't know what he was calling about. He's like, Sandy, I need your help. And I was like, sure, what's going on? Little did I know, somebody stole his goats. What the hell? It's like they're stealing anything that is not tied down. Look at their little goat. Oh my gosh, so cute. I know Soka's like, don't eat goat. But people do eat curry goat. One of them, like the owner said, is actually pregnant. And so this is really disgusting. Who steals goat? Really? I mean, the thing about it is they may not even sell the goat. They might just be carrying it for themselves. So I don't know. It's not even like you can say, well, I'm not going to buy a goat from certain people. You don't even know. You do not even know. Poor things. Look at them. Oh, my Lord. $12 a pound for curry goat. Is that what it's going for? Some medium-sized goat could bring a few dollars. Well, oh, my gosh. These goats, poor things. From one Jamaican to the next, they says only Jamaicans teeth goat at Christmas time. They do it in Jamaica every year. Lord Jesus. I don't even know. I'm just like, who steals a goat? But I've seen the stories coming out of Jamaica. Yes. What I'm always shocked at is how they can push like 20 goats into one car. It's like, how the hell did all those goats fit in there? Poor Elway. He's so funny. He says, rest in peace, Billy. You're so wrong. Oh my God. You are just so wrong, Billy Goat. Oh my gosh. Real Deal says in Jamaica, it's called night farming. No surprise. It's now happening here. So when they go steal the goats in the middle of the night, it's night farming. And what do they do? I mean, tell me how this works. You steal a goat. Do you kill the goat right away? Or, I mean, I don't know how this works. Lord Jesus. Let me just see here. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandra. This is Richard Carson.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good, and I am in East End. And I always listen to your show.
Oh, thank you so much.
From Round Rock, Texas.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Wait a minute. Are you in Cayman?
Yes.
You're visiting. Nice. Welcome home.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's always good when you touch that ground. It's a feeling you'll never
Nothing like it in the world.
Like it in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking the beach while I'm talking to you, but I'm walking the beach in East End. And I tell you what disturbs me, and I know this is a bigger problem than just a call-in, but I am picking up plastic bottles. Two bags full so far, 2 big garbage bags. And I'm just trying to take a break and see if you had time just to say hello. And but it's really unbelievable, isn't it, the way things have changed? That now every 5 steps is a plastic bottle on this beach.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But anyway, that didn't stop me from enjoying the beauty of the ocean and everything else. So I just wanted to say hello.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, it's so good to know that you're here. So you're here for Christmas. Are you staying for the New Year as well, or?
No, I'm going back home in time for Christmas.
Oh, you'll be gone by then. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just leaving back on Sunday, and I just wanted to say hello because, I walk every morning listening to you.
I know. Thank you so much.
I am walking in the water talking to you. Boy,
nice.
Nothing like that Cayman water.
Right.
That's when I know I'm home. Everything else has changed so much. It's hard to get around or even know where I am. But when I get in the Cayman, when I get in that water, that sea, that's when I know I'm home for sure. So that's the first place I go.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the phone call. Really appreciate it.
And I won't take up any more of your time because I know you got plenty of people calling in and all that stuff. So I just keep picking up track.
Thank you.
And
yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
But you all have a good day.
You too. And Merry Christmas when it comes.
You too.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
darling. Bye-bye. Now, I do know that some of it washes up on the shores, from other neighboring islands and stuff. But I do know a lot of it is people here just don't care. They're throwing down bottle caps, bottles, clothing. When we did the annual cleanup with the chamber, we found clothing, all sorts of stuff, fake flowers, all sorts of stuff in the bushes. It's absolutely crazy. This person says, good morning, Sandy. The goat theft is not Caymanian, baby girl. Never seen or heard about a Caymanian stealing people's animals. That's for sure. I mean, that's egregious at another level. There's certain things that we just don't seem to do. Not yet, anyway. Hopefully, can't swear for nobody these days. But yes, I mean, it's like when they had accused me stealing that dog. I was like, who the hell steals a dog? Especially an ugly one. But I'm just saying, nobody steals dogs. That's like trying to steal somebody's children. There's certain things that you just don't do. Crazy. This listener says the security guards are really glorified door openers and markup receipts. Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You're making $6-7. Come January, it's going to be $8.50 an hour. Nobody ain't paying you to take no chances with your life. Hell no. So, yeah. Can't say that I don't blame them. I mean, I wouldn't be doing that. That's what you got insurance for, honey child. I think they should play back their cameras to see if the men have been in there recently. Slim Guy seems to know what he was going for, what he was coming for. He walked directly to one spot as he came in. I mean, I don't know. I saw it and I'm not so sure. I think he just kind of went towards the back. I'm not sure if it was all of that smart or calculated. But what we now, as soon as something like this happens, I hope the police, I'm not trying to tell them how to do their job, but I do hope that they know that what they need to do immediately is to lock down the airport in the sense that, they should be looking for individuals who walk a particular way. Anyone who's trying to leave, who didn't have plans to leave beforehand, you need to be scrutinizing those individuals very, very carefully. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's pretty tall. I don't know exactly how tall, but he's tall and slim. And so, they need to be watching. But yeah, they came prepared. Gloves and face covering. Look at him dropping the jewelry. I think that's like one of the grocery bags that he's actually using. What a mess. I'm not so sure that he knew what he was going for. He just went like towards probably the back. What an idiot. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm all right. Listen, there's a lot of stuff I don't agree with Kenneth Bryan on.
Mm-hmm.
But there's impetus to put forth legislation where you are not allowed to have face coverings unless you are in the act of doing your occupation or your job.
Mm-hmm.
And that means if you're working at, for instance, this Hyatt that's coming up, as soon as you leave that property, you have to have that face covering off of you. Otherwise, it is an arrestable offense. That's what needs to happen first and foremost when it comes to that part of the problem. And I hope that our Commissioner of Police will take that to heart. I know that we had that discussion earlier on, the last time that he was having discourse with the public, but this incident should serve to elucidate that 100% that it cannot continue. If you have a job where you got dust, you're doing landscaping, that's all well and good. Protect yourself. If you're working out in the sun and you need to have a face covering to protect yourself from the heat of the Caribbean, come on, son. All well and good. But once you stop, that's it. You're not allowed to have that on you like that.
Yeah.
Because it can't continue like this. Second thing, Sandra, is this. You just mentioned about, Mr. Parsons calling regarding the garbage on the beach. And what you said was that some of it is coming from
yeah, some of it does wash up on our shores. Yeah.
It is not some, Sandra. It is a majority. Now, that I'm not disagreeing with you. Okay, there are people who just dump their stuff on the beach or near, on the inside of the beach all of the time, whether that be Kentucky Fried Chicken or what have you, right? No, but you can quite easily Google it and watch videos of Haiti dumping dump truckload after dump truckload after dump truckload directly into their waterways.
Yeah, but you know how I know.
Particularly, Cassandra, listen. There are little square water packages made by the company called Culligan that are produced and utilized in Haiti specifically. And I have sat there before in East End on the coastline and watched one pass by every half second. These things look like jellyfish. Turtles eat them, they die. Cetaceans eat them, they obstruct their gut. Okay? This is largely coming from Haiti. And I don't give a damn personally about this politically correct aversion to call a spade the spade. Jamaica has done some legislation to curtail the amount of plastic garbage being produced. Haiti has pretty much zero solid waste management facilities. And the reason for that is not the concern of Cayman and Caymanians or anybody who loves this island. It's coming from Haiti, to a slightly lesser degree, the Dominican Republic. But the major source of the garbage that flows up on Cayman's beaches is coming directly from Haiti. You can feel sorry for the people in the situation, but stop.
Let me
make it look like it's anything other than what it is. I've even had political placards from Haiti float up on the beach in front of me trying to catch a damn snapper. And this is where the majority of it is coming from, Sandra. So let's just speak the reality.
Okay.
You know, it is what it is.
All right. Appreciate it.
Okay. Bye.
What I will say is I am not convinced that it's the majority. I'm not saying that some stuff doesn't come, and I can't say exactly what percentage. What I do know is that how I know it's local is because it's local products. It's the things that we have here that are not available for sale in Haiti. The Heineken, the K-Brew, and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of obvious that it's our trash. You know, and we see people do it all the time. You go to 7 Mile Beach after a holiday weekend in particular. People just, the garbage bin is right there. They refuse to do it. So I'm not so willing. I'm saying, yes, some of it might wash up, but I'm not willing to put the majority of blame on other people because, like I said, I've been doing the garbage pickups with the chamber and I've seen a lot of the stuff. And that is local stuff, Honey Joe. Not 100% of it. It's local stuff. So we need to do better. Andrew says, yes, he does have bow legs. Irvin says, totally agree with the caller. Kaboom to this caller about the face coverings. You know, we need to get this. We need to get this underway. Is Kenneth Bryan listening to the show this morning? I know most mornings he is tuned in. And this is something that I know that we've talked about, I think at least a year or two ago, and we wholeheartedly support. So without a doubt, yeah, we definitely need to, you know, we need to deal with this. Who's going to police this, though? That's my only thing, is who's going to enforce it? Who's going to police it? How are they going to be ticketing people? You know, we got to think about the logistics of how this is going to work. Well, no doubt, both the premier and the deputy governor are very, very concerned about this situation as well. Rightfully so. They've issued statements saying that they are going to be, you know, watching the situation. They're fully supporting the RCIPS in catching these criminals, as we are. And we're going to pull up a statement here that was issued from both of them. Thank you so much for this. We all have to play our part. Like I said, someone now is going to be looking at the video footage and you're going to know something that person might look familiar to you. There's hundreds of people on that Hyatt work site. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of these guys, you know. Pay attention. How did they move from wherever they were, walking in masks in our streets? Cameras would have picked them up. So if you have cameras, I know government has some CCTV, but if you have anything in the vicinity of Georgetown and the exterior of your building, you need to now have a look at that and make sure that you review it to see if there's anything helpful there that the police could utilize to their advantage, because I believe that that's very, very likely. All right, we've got two callers on the line. 6923, you're up first. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sunday.
Good morning, dear. How are you?
Season greetings to you.
Yes, thanks, and same to you.
As usual, just quickly
Mm-hmm.
about the robbery. When you have these luxurious jewelry stores, especially in town, I would have assumed, like any other place in the world, they would have real security, like automatic, something happening, they just shut the building down, no one can get out, like good, strong, almost bulletproof glass. I mean, a lot of this stuff.
But let me ask you a question. If somebody comes into your building armed, is the last thing you want to do to lock them in with customers?
When you put your back against the wall, what are you going to do?
No, let me be very clear. You lock them in with customers, somebody's going to get killed.
Absolutely. So that means I might be wrong, but in my opinion, somebody has to set an example, because this place.
No. I don't agree with you here, because you can't be risking innocent lives over a piece of jewelry. If you this is why they tell you. I mean, police will tell you. Someone comes to rob you, just give them what they want, because if you force their hand, you're talking about good security. I don't know what kind of good security is going to advise you to do this, but if you force their hand where they feel like they're backed into a corner and they start shooting at people and killing innocent people, in what world does that make any sense in terms of, that would have been worth it? That doesn't make any sense. That's not worth it.
I see your point. I take your point. But drastically, something has to be done.
Yes, but what has to be done is not to encourage people to lock criminals in with them and just hope that they don't decide to shoot somebody. Do you remember the robbery in Centennial Towers back, it's over 20 years now. I used to be in that building upstairs when that robbery happened, and the security guards saw them coming, similar to this, like he kind of saw them walking up, and he quick time tried to lock the door so that the robber wouldn't get in. You know what that robber did? He took a gun and shot out the glass and came in anyway. Luckily, and I'm trying to remember if the security guard was injured by the glass or if he actually got shot but survived. It's been a while now, so I can't exactly remember what his injuries were. He did sustain some injuries, but luckily nobody was killed. So even trying to lock them out, right? When you see them coming, because he had a real weapon, he had a real gun, he was able to shoot at the glass and still get in. And if he was perturbed enough, he could have also shot the security guard for trying a move like that.
So then what you're telling me then that we are the mercy of the criminals, is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not exactly saying that.
Tell me what you mean then.
Well, I think there's only so much preventative things that you can do. Okay. So for example, I think what Kenneth Bryan is suggesting is that they can't walk around masked up. They're less likely to just be so bold as to walk in and show their bare faces. Now, that makes sense to not having people, but once they're already there and they're in the commission of an act, I think you need to proceed very, very carefully so that you don't have loss of life, because the last thing you want is loss of life.
Maybe we need to get some, shall I say, republic laws here. For example, I've been into Colombia quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And in those banks, you see posted at the front of the doors at least 2 armed, if it's not police, it's military people at the front of that bank or banks. So you have to think twice before you stage any kind of a robbery to that.
And do they still have robberies in Colombia?
Well, hang on. They do have robberies in Colombia, but not the public places that are so prevalent like that. I will say this though, You know, we can go on talking forever, but what I say into this whole scenario, want all, talk all, and do none. That's it. So I don't know, but just talking about it is not the answer.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, we got another caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
I don't want to be locked in with these criminals. I'll tell you what, don't do that to me. Hi.
Good morning, honey child.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Question or comment about the robberies over the weekend?
Yes, ma'am. Two comments. One is, my view is police presence makes a difference. If we have our officers on foot patrolling these business areas, I think that would make a difference. If we have them in our communities, it would make a difference. But I can't get that to sink in. I don't understand why. Because when they used to have them in our communities on foot, you were having less crime.
Well, this is the weird part, caller, because I had someone actually say to me on Saturday that they didn't understand this robbery because they were out there and there were tons of police out there. So I'm like, huh? So I don't know where the police were exactly and what street they were on, but I got this comment on Saturday. Let me just read this for the benefit of our listeners, because on the one hand, somebody said, well, where was the police? And then another person said police were out on foot. So this person says, give me 1 second here. Let me just pull this one up. And again, I wasn't here, so I don't know who was out there from who wasn't. The robbery, I don't understand how this could happen today, as the police were out in full force, 2s and 3s in front of the stores. So did the thieves clock when the cop cars left RBC? So they were saying they were over by RBC. I mean, that's a couple streets over. So yeah. I don't really know, if they were watching them or what they were doing. But yeah, pretty wild.
Extremely. You were just I could love the background and you were discussing about garbage. Littering on the beach. Okay. We have a lot of people here from third world countries who it's a norm for them to just throw garbage anywhere.
Can we just admit that I mean, Caymanians are doing it?
Hold on. No. Hold on. Stick up in here where I'm saying, here where I'm coming from.
Okay.
I have been monitoring out by lots of port for quite some time. I have seen different nationalities out on that dock, drinking, eating, and guess where the garbage go? In the sea. Not Caymanians, in the sea. Down by the Crown property, where Kenneth had purchased the government, right below Lobster Park, down by the sea, you have Indians hang out there in the evening times. The garbage is deplorable. Twice I had to take some teenagers and went there and clean it up. They need to understand that this is not our culture. We have Caymanians too who do it. They used to be fined 10,000, not 5,000. You understand? But at the end of the day, I am just putting the word out there. It is against our laws to be littering in our streets, even a cigarette butt. It is against our laws. We would like to keep our island clean at all times as much as possible. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. 9362626 is the telephone number. Mike McDonald says many places worldwide use interlocking doors. It's not as if every major city has murders when jewelry stores refuse to let burglars through the doors. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in there when you guys are trying this tactic. That's all I'm saying. But panic buttons, I think, are definite. I agree with Angela here. Panic buttons are something that should be customary, and not just panic buttons on like a specific location, but even the remote ones. I've worked in a jewelry store before. Yeah, way back when I lived in the States, one of my jobs at USF is I worked in a jewelry store. And so one of the things that they had even back then is you could have remote panic buttons on you. So you can wear them as like a necklace or have them on your wrists, have them as part of your, like your keychains that you open up the things with. So you press one of those and, your alarm company is notified and they notify the police immediately. They're not calling to see what's going on. The police are on the way. Irvin says, what they need to do is ban masks permanently with no exception. I must say that, I know that the banning of the mask is something that we're all in support of. I don't really know how much of a difference it's going to make, because there are other places in the world where you can't walk around in masks like this anyway. And they're still having bank robberies. They're still having jewelry stores and stuff that are being robbed. So, criminals don't follow our rules. Let's try to remember that. The people who are going to be stopped and fined are probably, law-abiding individuals. A criminal isn't going to care. You're going to stop them and fine them for what, $100? They're going to still mask up the next day and do it again. And maybe the second day is when they're actually going to be out there robbing a store. So it's not every time that they're masked up that they might have bad intention. My apologies. So that's something to think about as well. Andrew says you comply and get them out as quickly as possible. When you hesitate, this is when you irritate them and things go south. I mean, I agree with that. I would never recommend locking criminals in with you. That's a recipe for disaster. You're not Rambo. You're not Kung Fu Panda or whoever else you think is going to be, taking these guys out. Kind of chill. Anthony says, oh my, this is Denny Warren topic on personal protection. Strange Denny hasn't called. He must be busy, honey child. He must be busy. All right. Let me see. Miss Sue says, yes, there were police walking around by RBC, so many of them in town. We walked past them as well. Maybe they needed to move from RBC, though, because RBC is where they're headquartered right now. But remember, now they're going to be moving. But they're headquartered there by RBC. But maybe what they need to do is they need to move into Central Town by the retail stores. I mean, it's only a couple blocks over, but the criminals know that. So, yeah, the criminals are not stupid if they don't see anybody on Fort Street walking up and down. And again, the average cop is going to do what? Because the average cop has zero, now taser, maybe. You can't take a taser up against a potential gun. So even the average cop does not have the tools. I'm not saying that might not act as a preventative, but they don't really have the tools to take on these hardcore criminals. You see these guys doing like shootouts in other countries with the police. So some of them are extremely brazen and they just don't care. Thankfully, we haven't really had that level of thing here yet. But remember the previous police commissioner, the one before the last one, ran somebody over breaking into a jewelry store, and he just happened to have been in the area, and he ran him down and rammed him with the police car. And they were trying to say that, he might have acted, too aggressively or whatever. I mean, it's just like, what the heck? Squeak T says preventative measures such as buzzing in folks, especially a jewelry store with high-end items. Also, personnel should wear an alarm button. There we go. On their person to use for immediate assistance. This would deter the crime from happening. I agree. There you go. Jim says every nationality dumps out trash. Every nationality has that lower class in mindset, and I agree with that as well. I know a lot of Caymanians that I'm ashamed to even admit that they're Caymanians because they keep their yards scummy, deplorable. They're always just doing the most with garbage all over the place, derelict vehicles, and all of that. So here's a joint statement now, folks, from the Premier and the governor.
Hello, Caymanians and residents. Her Excellency the Governor Jane Owen and I are united this afternoon in reassuring the public that the recent incidents of crime within our community are being taken very seriously. Given the importance of this matter, I called a meeting this morning inviting Police Commissioner Kurt Walton to brief both the government and the leader of the opposition on the current situation and the steps being taken to address it. Our islands are built on law and order, manners and values. Acts of criminal behavior, particularly those that threaten the safety of our residents, visitors, and businesses, are not reflective of our society and will not be tolerated.
As Governor, I work very closely with Police Commissioner and his teams at RCIPS to prioritise our preventative and investigative work to reduce crime. I strongly believe that by working together, being vigilant, and utilising our skills in areas such as forensics and detection, we can reduce the sort of crimes we've seen in recent days and weeks and keep our islands safe for residents and visitors alike. That is why we are prioritising the resources we put into patrols over the Christmas period around all of our islands and commercial premises. I'm grateful to Commissioner Walton and all of his staff, both on the front line and in key roles behind the scenes, who continue to put every effort into fighting crime.
We need the cooperation of everyone to keep our island safe. Firstly, we urge the community to remain vigilant. Secondly, we encourage the public to support the police by reporting crimes promptly. Every moment counts. Do not delay in reporting suspicious activities to 911 or the nearest police station. We also want to remind you that the police discourage the wearing of non-medical masks intended to conceal one's identity in public places. Our government is committed to working with the private sector and other NGOs to ensure our islands remain a safe place to live and work. Because when crime occurs, it is not just a matter for the police alone, it concerns every one of us. So may God continue to bless you, bless your families and these Cayman Islands, and let's stand firm and act strongly to root this out and keep our islands safe for the 2025 Christmas period and a prosperous 2026.
All right, folks. So it was refreshing to see an immediate response from this government. This is what we like to see. At least they pulled the police commissioner and his team in, had a chat with them, have given them additional resources. The fact that we basically had 2 broad daylight robbery incidents, armed robberies, back to back Friday and Saturday is very, very concerning, extremely alarming. So, we want to give the police whatever necessary resources they need to try to keep our communities as safe as possible. So if they need more patrols, they got to be out there. If they need to have some of the police actually in stores, walking through stores, checking with people. We, in fact, should have a core team, if you ask me, of, police officers who their beat area is central town. There are banks in town. There's a courthouse. There are businesses. They should have a rapport with the businesses in town, where every single day they're out there when those businesses are open. They're walking the streets. They're talking to them. They know who their staff are. They can engage with them and, have that type of community policing relationship with the businesses. Same thing at Cayman Bay and anywhere else that you have a good cluster of businesses at one location. Because of course, we've seen that in the past, these robbers have been extremely brazen and have even gone after, a location like Cayman Bay, which is crazy. Pretty wild. All right, folks. We'll pick up the conversation tomorrow, and we will continue to monitor exactly what's happening. Someone says, ask Henry Morgan if he wants to be a security officer at the store with a gunman. Who the hell is Henry Morgan? Someone said you just had some music that sounded like hold music in the background while the caller was speaking. Yes, that's because we actually had someone else put us on hold, apparently. I don't know if they got a phone call or what happened. Have you guys noticed this recently? I think it's Flo. El Rey, is it just you guys that have hold music now? I notice it sometimes, and I think it's when you're calling direct and then somebody else calls you. I have noticed it happening. So someone must have called them while we had them on hold for the show, and somebody else must have called them, and then their hold music we started to hear. Yeah. El Rey says, please assign the $500,000 chicken cult bounty to the RCIPS. I don't even think they've been doing that anymore. Oh, chicken. I was thinking of the iguanas. No, that's the fine. They need to still, y'all now that y'all got bird flu, you're gonna want to get rid of some of these chickens around. Yeah, I'm just saying. It might be time for that. Anthony says last week when Mr. Walton was on the show, he needs to come to the public whenever there's a major incident. If he did that with the Western Union robbery, I can bet they would think twice about doing the jewelry job. We continue to encourage the RCIPS to come on the program. I'll certainly send Mr. Walton your feedback. I guess from his position, he's going to say to you, the more he's on talk shows is the less real policing he's going to do. But, I'm sure that there's a balance there to be had where he continues to engage with the public. Are criminals sitting down watching CMR? Probably. They probably are. Are they going to be swayed by, what he says? Like I said, most criminals don't really care all that much about what the police are saying or anything like that. So let's get it together. Anthony says RCIPS need to be like Turks and Caicos police. They come to the public. The commissioner came to the public last night and measured the police about a police shooting. Measured the police. Speaking of TCI, apparently there was some shootout or something there. That was Turks, right? Where they killed several Jamaican gunmen or drug dealers or something. I saw some headline about that. So I'm sure that we'll be reporting that in our regional news segment. But yeah, was that the same shootout that you're referring to, Anthony? It's a big deal in TCI, actually. All right. So, we'll encourage the police and others to stay on top of their game in terms of, just paying attention to the, the patterns of criminals, anything that we can do, because prevention is definitely better than cure. So there's lots of different things. We got to start vetting people. But, a lot of people are low-key criminals in their own country. They never get caught. They never, are in a fingerprinting system or anything like that. So then that limits what we can do. And so, yes, there is definitely some aspects of that that is actually problematic. Yeah. So we will continue to, I think, monitor what's happening within our communities with a view to seeing how we can help, what suggestions we can make. I think the mask restrictive suggestions is one that could be potentially useful. Somebody said, well, what about people who are wearing, face coverings for religious reasons? No one has mimicked any of those as yet for the purposes of a crime, committing a crime. But I suppose that certainly doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. So we'll continue to be vigilant, shall we? Yeah. All right, folks, got work to do. Got a lot of catching up to do since I was away yesterday. And I will see you guys in the morning. Oh, remind me to tell you a story about who I saw on the plane tomorrow. Will somebody just put it down in your notes? I'll do it during the show when we're on radio, because this is quite an interesting story. So remind me to tell you about who I saw on the flight. Okay? Have a beautiful day. See you guys tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.